If a project felt like a blast when you began but now feels difficult, you're likely in the dip. Seth Godin's The Dip is a brief book with an easy notion. Nearly everything that is worth doing has a difficult middle section. Most give up in the middle. Winners don't work harder, they make better decisions. They quit unworkables early, and they stick with problems that will make them the best in their small niche. The art is not never quit. The art is quit the wrong stuff and hang on to the right one long enough to win. Most of us have been told, don't quit. This is paralyzing. We stick with horrible projects because quitting is failure. Godin redefines this idea. Strategic quitting is an excellent choice. Quitting gives us more time and energy for what really matters. The dip shows us how to tell the difference between a true dip and two pitfalls, the cul-de-sac and the cliff, and how to set quitting rules ahead of time so our decisions are logical, not emotional. Chapter 1 discusses 3 curves: the dip, the cul-de-sac, and the cliff. The dip is a low point in the middle of any good trip. Things initially go well and are fun. Then it gets tough, progress decelerates, people begin to doubt. If this trip is to something worthwhile, such as top 1% skill, a trusted brand, or a product that people adore, there will be a dip. If you make it through the dip, there are fewer people remaining. This scarcity of people makes the reward more substantial. The dip, then, is not an error. It is a test. It serves to weed out those who will not persevere. The cul-de-sac is not like that. No exit. You can toil for a long time, but there is no highway to a big payoff. Level, but static. More work won't be the difference. The cliff is even worse. It looks okay at first, but then declines quickly, like a bad habit or market that will eventually crash. If you are in a cul-de-sac or on your way to a cliff, the intelligent thing to do is quit early. If you are in an actual dip with an actual payoff on the other side, the intelligent thing to do is persevere, if you can handle the effort. How do you tell them apart? Look at the curve with honest eyes. Does more effort upfront yield compounding dividends later on? Better skills, stronger network, more trust, lower costs, better product market fit? Yes, that's a dip. If more effort merely keeps you busy without changing leverage or status, that stinks of a cul-de-sac. If sticking it out dooms you to a brutal crash later on, health, ethics, or legal risk, that's a cliff. Labeling the curve requires courage to act. Chapter 2 describes why being best in a small world matters. Best is not #1 in the world. It is best for the particular people you are serving, at a particular moment. The world is noisy and busy. People make things simple by cutting corners. Top-rated, most trusted, best in town, the brand I know. Winners don't attempt to be everything to everybody. They become the obvious best for somebody. That's what makes the dip worthwhile. To be best at something, choose a niche where you can be in charge. Best vegan lunch in this district. Best beginner tutorial in this software. Best small agency for healthcare podcasts. Make the niche small enough that your work can thrive, even when hard times are around. Then mold what you have to offer and how you work to fit what that niche requires. It's worth it when achieving your goal earns rewards that continue to pay you back, such as a good reputation, word of mouth, better prices, or a body of work that nobody else has. This chapter also advises against spreading thin. Having 5 things okay gets you ahead of the dip on all of them. Choose one great hill, perhaps 2 at most. Shelve the others on a not now shelf. Every yes is lots of unstated no's. Choose your yes carefully, so the dip you dive into is a dip that counts. Chapter 3 is titled Strategic Quitting, Quitting Right. Quitting in a panic at the end of a tough day is different from quitting by choice for a good reason. Winners quit all the time, but they quit early and by choice. They establish rules beforehand. Godin recommends having a quitting plan beforehand, when the head is clear. A quitting plan has 3 components. First, a line in the sand. I will quit if X occurs on or before Y date, or I will quit if the curve is a cul-de-sac for Z weeks. Establish objective measures: user activity, sales, mastery of skills, mentor feedback, joy level, impact on health. Second, a budget. I can spend this many weeks and this much money on the dip. Third, a purpose test. Does this path still serve my bigger promise, who I serve and the life I want? If the answer remains no, the rule is quit. Don't ask your feelings on a bad day. Stick with the plan made on a clear day. When you quit, do it decisively. Don't ghost, don't wait, release the energy fully. Say, I'm ending this now so I can work on X. Speak respectfully to partners, clients, and colleagues, and don't be ashamed. Clever quitting is a skill. It allows you to stop making things worse and begin moving towards what matters. Chapter 4 demonstrates how to work through an actual dip. Sticking isn't hanging in for good. It's a winning strategy. First, shorten or make the dip less difficult when you can. Use mentors, checklists, templates, and deliberate practice. Remove distractions while working intensely. Rack up small wins along the way, milestones that show progress. Second, make your identity about the process, not the result. I am someone who does 2 deep blocks a day to better serve my small audience. When your identity is attached to practice, a bad day won't ruin you. Third, leverage your way up. A dip is the ideal time to create things that will pay off in the long run. A newsletter list, quality content, a system, a skill that serves you, and a community that values your work. These make next steps easy. Fourth, manage your energy. Sleep, exercise, plain food, and device limits are essential. They are what maintain you. Nobody makes it through a dip on an empty tank. Also, pass the dip around to friends. A little stick circle keeps courage afloat. Every week, everyone reports on a victory and a struggle. No fixing, just listening and a gentle prod. Seeing others struggle through their dips makes yours seem normal. Alone, dips feel like cliffs. With others, cliffs feel like hills. If this is still not making sense, try this test tomorrow. Write down the single hill that most matters if you arrive there. Write one sign that it's a real dip and not an end. Take 90 minutes. Set your phone aside. Take one step that makes you better, such as a better demo, a neater page, or a call with the right person. Get something done before the 90 minutes is over. Then ask, does this path feel more alive? Let that answer guide what you do next. Chapter 5 assists you in identifying dead ends early on. Some routes are similar to dips but are cul-de-sacs. How do you identify it early on? Ask, does hard work make me learn more? If each hour of practice brings you new skills that transform the game, that's great. If each hour only keeps things going, that's not a dip. That's maintenance. Ask, are there clear examples of people like me who stuck it out and then succeeded? If yes, observe their experience. If no, beware. Ask, is the market or situation improving or worsening for me? If it's decreasing very quickly or controlled by factors beyond your control, it might be a cul-de-sac. Be mindful of sunk costs. Time or money invested is invested. Only future spending and returns matter. Don't keep working on a project due to ego or what you've already invested. Continue only if the future is promising. Otherwise, discontinue. Put your best work where it can do some good. That is not quitting, that is maturing. Godin also speaks of busy bravery. It sounds like bravery, putting in many hours, but it omits the essential, terrifying steps. Asking for what you're after, concentrating on one thing, and producing something you can be criticized for. A true dip has terrifying, productive steps. If you're perpetually exhausted but never risk anything, you may be sidestepping the dip by being busy. Refine your method. Take the few big steps. Ditch the many steps that are effort without impact. Chapter 6 brings it all together in a simple-to-use manner to decide, quit, and stay motivated. Begin by writing your commitment. Who am I trying to be the best at, and at what? Be specific and detailed. Next, write down 3 potential goals. For each goal, write down the benefits if you achieve it. What worthwhile payoff do you receive? Write down the costs, time, money, energy, and set your quitting rules, a time limit, markers of progress, and warning signs. Choose one goal. Set the others on the shelf for the moment. Share your plan with someone you trust. Begin now. Do a weekly review. Ask 3 questions. 1. Did I build 2-3 focused blocks of effort on the highest leverage tasks? 2. Did I build something valuable like an asset, a system, or a relationship that adds? 3. Do the metrics map a dip curve, increasing skill, sharper offer, better fit, or a dead-end curve, increasing effort with no gain, more busyness with no outcome? Based on facts, not feelings, make course corrections. If your rules indicate stop, stop neatly and concentrate your energy on the next hurdle. If your rules indicate continue, recommit and make the next step smaller and sooner. Remember, the objective is not to never quit. The objective is to quit smart and stay where it matters. What everybody else does instead is, they cling to dead ends and abandon the adversity that could have made them unique. Do it differently. Quit early when the direction is incorrect. Remain longer when the direction is correct. That's how a little book can alter great careers. The dip is a teaching. The middle is hard by design. It serves to sift out those who decide and persist at their choices. The solution is not to plow ahead without discretion. It is to select the ideal goal, plan to quit when you should, develop a habit that causes you to keep going, and say no to other stuff. Be the best at your little niche. Ditch bad habits with no regret. Stick with the dip that yields high value. Repeating this skill makes it easier and produces more success. If this provided you with one move to make, tap like as a silent yes, and subscribe if you'd like a peaceful corner every week to pick better hills and ascend them with less tension. Share this with a weary friend who's stuck. Tomorrow, write your vow, choose one hill, create one quitting rule, and take one deep step. Let's quit more intelligently and hold on tighter, together.